Remember searching on Google before 2023? You typed something in and got 10 blue links, maybe 1,000 more if you dared to click page 2. You scrolled through it. You read through the articles. You pieced together the answers yourself. Of course, it took time, but you understood what you were reading. That internet is fast fading. And what is taking its place? AI overviews, instant answers by artificial intelligence. No need to click, no need to scroll. Just a summary delivered to you in seconds. And for the first time in decades, it has left Google in a dilemma. It is the king of search, a title that Google has held for over a decade. Nearly 90% of it goes through Google, 90% of search. So much so that Googling is now a verb. Yet AI is changing that. Google is going through an identity crisis, and how is it adapting? By betting on that same artificial intelligence. Let's start with the basics. Traditional Google search relied on ranking websites. This was based on keywords, backlinks, and a sprinkle of SEO. That is, search engine optimization, SEO. I'm sure you've heard of it. Maybe you were text-planed by your digital manager. In simple terms, it is the art of getting your website to show up on Google. But SEO is now dead. That model is eroding because you don't even need to click on a link. I can answer your question first. And this is affecting websites. Here's a new study on this. Users now click on links just once in every 100 queries, 1 in 100. In the rest of the cases, they just read the AI summary. And websites are facing the brunt of this. Top websites have lost almost 80% of their traffic. And who's responsible for this? Well, you could blame AI, but we'll also have to say Google. Google must take part of the blame. It is fast adapting to stay ahead in the AI race. In the last 2 years, it has unveiled a number of tools. First, there was the AI overview rolled out in May 2024. It summarizes your search query almost like a brief for a meeting. Then there was AI mode. It breaks complex queries into simple answers, complete with images, videos, and even follow-up questions, almost like a personal assistant. And now Google has launched something called the Web Guide. Think of it as AI organizing your search in clusters. Say you search for solo travel to Argentina. So the Web Guide will divide it into categories like safety tips, personal blogs, budget hacks, visa rules, all of it. So Google is basically trying to behave like a librarian who will choose the books for you to read, but also allow you to read them yourselves. Regulation must also take A. And yet it's nothing like the old search. Here's a statistic for you. In 2024, nearly 60% of Google searches resulted in no clicks at all. 60% of searches, no click. Users are getting what they need instantly in AI summaries. For Google, that's efficiency. For websites, that's slow death. And it's not like it's just traffic that they're losing. They're also losing revenue and relevance. And all of this has a downside for you too, the consumer. Because AI is not always accurate. It can hallucinate or distort sources. It often provides no links and prioritizes Alphabet-owned content, meaning content that is owned by Google's parent company, Alphabet. For example, YouTube videos over other sources. And this is a problem for Google too. After all, it earns most of its revenue from ads. In 2024, ad revenue was more than $260 billion. But summarizing answers hurts that model. Although now Google is doing it on purpose. It is sacrificing its old cash cow. Do you know why? Because it would rather change its search engine than be taken over by another platform. So, is Google search dying, or is it reinventing? You could say it's a bit of both. Google search as we knew it is dying, but search as a concept, well, that's not going anywhere. Instead, it is being reimagined by Google itself. So, the way we search has changed for good, and Google is racing to stay ahead of the answers.